thoughts and dreams. You and I were just saying you are everything and everything else, and you are good to me. You live on faithfully. You are everything that I wish that I could be.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Troy Weeks Music, and it's second Sunday, so you know what that means? Keeping it funky with Troy Weeks Music. That's right. And I'm super excited to be back. It's unfortunately it's only one Sunday a month to do this. It's because this is so fun, and yeah, I'm excited. So today I have a couple guests with me today, but right now in the studio I have God's Beloved in the studio.
What's up, guys?
Yeah. Is this mic on? Can we hear him? Say it again.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
All right. What's up, guys? What's going on?
Yeah. And of course, it's Veterans Day, so we're doing a special edition today. And in-studio engineer as well as in-studio on the radio with us today, we got my girl Jade Zabrick. So test your microphone. Let me hear it. 1, 2.
Hello.
Yeah, there she go. All right, cool, guys. So before we get into this, I just sort of want to give a little update. Yesterday I had the pleasure of being a speaker at the VIP Ignite networking conference, and it was super exciting. I got to meet with talent from all over the world, literally. Like when I say all over the world, like someone was from Africa, so I'm literally all over the world, and got to inspire and motivate them through, what I love to do and just be myself, and through my music and through my journey and through all that I had been through in my life. I was able to share with them this moment, and so I walked away with maybe like 20 to 30 photos of people who just sat and talked with me personally afterwards to talk about, what you inspired me, in just ways that I could help them, inspire them more about one-on-one personally. So that was awesome. And if you look at my Instagram or my Facebook or anything, it's all tied in. You can see that I shared the love, and I shouted out some of those people. That was an awesome experience. And so shout out to VIP Ignite for giving me the opportunity to be a keynote speaker. And shout out to Deneen White. She is she hosts a podcast for VIP Ignite, and I'll be on their podcast November 23rd. So I'll be having an interview on VIP Ignite. So be sure to check that out. And that's going to be on November 23rd. Also, just recently, G Groove and I had a show at the Shrine on a Friday night. It was pretty cool, pretty awesome. If you don't know who G Groove is, you got to come check out one of our shows. You got to come check out the experience, as we call it. It was an awesome show, awesome night. And I did get one back too of some people have been asking me about the Wizard of Oz movie. It's called The Island of Oz. It's a remake, sci-fi comedy remake of The Wizard of Oz, and I did get cast as a scarecrow. So those of you who are asking questions and who are interested, it is going to be going away. It's going to be a 9-part series on the network, and then it's going to be turned into a movie. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen. So you guys just stay tuned. There's more to come. I'm hoping to be able to work on the music actually for the show. So for the whole thing. So stay tuned.
That is so dope.
Yeah.
Just shout out to you for a second, because you have a lot going on. You're doing a lot, and that's really awesome. So give yourself props. Shout out to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's hard out here for a pimp, is what they used to say, right? But it really is. But if you grind, you can really make things happen. Like a lot of people, it's one of the things that people ask me, like, how the hell do you do all these things? Radio. Like when I leave here tonight, I got another radio show. And that was the other thing I didn't tell you guys. For those of you who don't know, I am now one of the co-hosts of Real Hot and Fresh Radio Show on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. So tune in after this to that. I'm running straight to Brooklyn to the studio to
radio show to radio show.
Radio show. Yeah, so that's
everywhere.
That's what we got going on. So stay tuned. If you're tuning in on any platforms anywhere, tonight's a busy day. And so without further ado, I have Miss Jade Zabrick in the building. I'm gonna put you on my live. Miss Jade.
No.
Oh no!
Hi everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jade Zabrick. If you're tuning in on Facebook,
Jade.
or my Facebook, or any one of these platforms, that's Miss Jade Zabrick. And so basically, today's it's Veterans Day. I'm gonna say it again. Whoop, whoop. Shout out to the veterans first and foremost.
All right, veterans.
Jade is a veteran, so shout out to you. You did your thing, girl, and you served your time and you did your thing. And so some of the things we're gonna talk about today, of course, involve that veterans. And then one of those things is Jade has a song called War for Sale. Did I say that right?
Yep.
I remember
okay.
it. Jade has a song called War for Sale. War for Sale is pretty much she's gonna explain it, but it's a powerful song that I just interviewed her on Friday for our Funk Family Showcase that we have on YouTube. It's a YouTube show for if you're artists out there, you're looking to be. It's a showcase where we interview artists and they perform. So if you're an artist and you're out there and you're looking to be interviewed and have a showcase of your talent, please reach out to us at Funkdelic at Gmail. Funkdelic Studios.
funkinterns@gmail. Or you can even just message me here, skysquestionradio@gmail.com, and it still goes to me, and I'll be able to help you out.
Boss lady, see, she up in here, Miss Veteran lady over here, running the radio station on every Sunday, holding it down. So, we're going to talk a little bit today about sexuality, especially in all kind of ways. But we're going to start out with talking about sexuality amongst the military, and I think that's important because a lot of laws have changed and things have changed in the day and age that we live in now in 2018, right? Yeah, I'm skipping ahead already. It ain't 2019 just yet. A lot of things have changed. A lot of laws have changed, and I think it's important to, address those things and talk a little bit about it, and especially because you were in the military during the time when laws did change. So can we talk a little bit about that, Jade?
Yeah, I was. So I was in the Air Force from 2004 to 2009, and around, I think, 91 or 92, they created this thing called Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and basically for about 20 years, it was like if anybody was gay, you just didn't talk about it. That was basically the rule. Mm-hmm. Like, we're not going to kick you out, but just don't act gay. Basically, like don't let us know, and it's all good, kind of.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did that translate physically? Because you know that when you like what you like, it does. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you be amongst people, especially like showering and doing all these different things? And
well, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like girls, but the shower was not sexy. Like, no, it was not. Like,
so military showers are not sexy.
No, we don't have that problem. Like, even if there's gay people, like, you're in your own. Like, you're trying not to get yelled at. You're not trying to look at other people. You're just trying to do your own thing. And we actually have this thing called this is bad, but it's called the car wash showers. So basically, everything in the military is hurry up and wait. You have to be ready at all times, but then you just have to be waiting for your next orders. Oh, wow. So, but basically, you just have to be able to take showers and eat and everything you have to do, get dressed really, really fast. So, car wash showers, basically how you would think. There's a big room with like 8 shower heads, and someone in the front gives you shampoo and soap, and you take it. You just go through the shower heads.
Doing the next move.
Just like next and next. And hopefully by the end you're out. You don't have any soap left. Like, hopefully you're done by the time you get out. And yeah.
Oh, wow. That sounds like...
And you did not get clean that way.
I was going to wonder because, time, how you don't have enough time to scrub and move at the same time.
But that was only boot camp. So, like, once we get out of boot camp and we get to, we get regular showers after that, and it's okay. We're clean after that.
So it's only when you shoot in the gym. It's only in the beginning when you first start out and you shoot
forever.
Yeah.
Listen.
Also, I think in 2008, I had a girlfriend, and it was interesting because we weren't really able to be out in public. Like, we knew, our like close friends knew, but nobody that I worked with knew. And yeah, you just had to keep it secret. But I kind of enjoyed that because then, like, she was all mine in my apartment.
So you're my precious.
Yeah, we didn't go out as much. We just pretty much had parties, and people would come over to my house, and we would have good times there. But yeah, I actually tried to get out of the military for like, a little short second. And
like
I tried
out?
No, like official. I scheduled a meeting and everything with my commander, like with the secretary, and I wanted to tell him, like, I'm gay. And now can we start the paperwork so I can get out? Like,
get me out of here.
Yeah, so I did that. I had my official meeting and everything. I showed up and I was sitting in front of the commander, and I told him I have a girlfriend. I want to, not hide it anymore. And then he was just basically like, all right, let's just keep this between us.
Oh.
And I'm like, really? Like, that's the end of this conversation, I guess?
I can't get out? No, there's no way?
Nope.
I tried.
You're in. You're stuck.
We're keeping you here.
You're stuck. Just don't ask, don't tell.
Listen, and now that's all. And that was the end of that until you got out, and then it was like, hey. So did you during that time that it was released, when the release was, the law was changed, how was that do you know anybody that was in during that time, around that time? Like, how was that around that time?
Well, I feel like the Don't Ask, Don't Tell kind of worked in a way because it made like a 20-year period where we didn't. It was kind of okay, but we didn't talk about it. So since I don't know, like before everybody's really homophobic, and then there was 20 years of like a phase, and now nobody really is. Nobody really cares. Like, I mean, I told you I outed myself to my commander. He's like, all right, and like nobody
and go back to work.
Nobody really cares. Like it's and you're doing your job though, right?
That's all that matters. So did it make a difference at all? Like now that you can talk about it, now that
I don't know any like gay couples or anything like that are still in.
Okay. So we don't know for sure.
Yeah, I don't know, but I do. I don't think. I think it's easier. I think if someone goes in gay, like I think that they're gonna have a way easier time now than before, because the world is changing. We're all growing.
It sure is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And while we're talking about that, I'm gonna be a little controversial for a second. Jade Sharif said to tell you Happy Veterans Day.
Yeah,
she always likes to support, so hold it down. She said, "Hey," and so I want to be a little controversial for a second to you two, for our guys beloved and Jade. Can we talk about something? So now we're talking about sexuality. What do you guys think about the kids nowadays are younger and younger, and sexuality is because it's so free. They're real free, and it's like real free, like to the point where sometimes it seems like annoying or disrespectful. The reason why I say that is because once you become once it's like, okay, I'm out, I'm free, then there's parts of you being young. I feel like you still have to learn yourself, but you're learning a part of a culture. And that's what I'm saying when I say learning a part of culture is, especially amongst the gay young male community. For instance, hey, you gay, you proud, cool, right? You'll find some sense of community with some form of people, a group of people, and then that's going to be older, LGBT, and you're going to learn a lot. And sometimes you learn a lot too fast, and so that's my only issue. It's like I think there's nothing wrong with sexuality being free, but it's happening so fast. Like I think you still need time to grow and learn yourself. And I feel like the reason why we are who we are is because we had time to figure ourselves out. We weren't just out there saying, in 10th grade, I'm this is what I want to do in my life. Yes, I'm me. Like I feel like we had time to really understand life and figure out our sexualities and what we wanted to do.
Well, I mean, we also grew up in like a period where it wasn't really okay. It wasn't really accepted, so you didn't want to tell too many people. You really wanted to keep that to yourself. But in a sense, I agree. Like it did help kind of shape, how we came to be, like our individual selves. Be more reserved and refined, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jane?
Well, I mean, I feel like I grew up in Texas, so like it wasn't really around. Like I know there was gay people, but they were all, don't ask, don't tell. Without that law, they just hide themselves. So I really didn't have any like gay people around me to like, I don't know, help me realize I was gay. I had no idea.
Sometimes
like
you need that.
I had no. It wasn't even an option for me. I didn't even think. Like I knew that around the age where people started liking boys and stuff. I didn't really have that, but I'm like, I guess I should like him because that's what I should do. I guess and I didn't. I feel like me not having those feelings towards boys made it easier for me to talk to them. And I remember like in 5th grade, I was Valentine's with the hottest boy. Yeah. And the only reason why is because I went over to him and I asked him to be my Valentine. That was it. And everybody else was like, "Oh, how did you do that?" I'm like, I just asked him. He was pretty cool about it, and we're gonna go hang out after school. Like it was, yeah.
Listen, first of all, I'm still laughing at that. Like she wouldn't put it on him. Like, put that thing on him. What up, bruh?
Be mine.
Get over here. You my Valentine today.
And the only reason why I did it was because all the other girls liked him. Like I didn't.
So you did it to one them up.
So
I was like, I got this.
Come on, y'all ain't ready for this. So, in regards to today's and the youth of today in sexuality, what do you feel about that? Because you live in New York, so you see a lot of things too. What do you feel?
Well, all right. Well, okay. So I'll tell you my first experience here in New York. I came when I was 16, and I still had no idea I was gay then. I mean, I feel like I kind of had feelings, but I really didn't know. And I was with my family, and we were here for the 4th of July or somewhere around Pride weekend. It was Pride weekend that time. We got caught in the parade. It was the first time I ever experienced anything gay ever. And it was like the parade.
Oh, you will. That's the weekend right there.
That's like,
I was not ready for this. I was like with my family. We were just trying to cross Broadway to go to like, I don't know, Banana Republic. And like this is all, I was just like, okay. And I see like all these like guys in like Speedos. And honestly, it kind of turned me off. I feel like if it had been a little more tame, my first like gay experienced, I probably been like, oh yeah, I kind of want to do that. But it kind of turned me off. I'm like, well, I don't.
It was overload.
Too
I
much
was
at
like-
one time. Yeah.
It was like everybody's naked. Like why? Why? Like that's what it's. I mean,
They're burning their clothes everywhere now.
I had the same response. Like I think I've only been to maybe 3 Pride events. One was like Black Pride, and 2 was like National Pride. But I felt so like out of place because like you said, everybody was naked. Everybody was like just everywhere, and I'm like, this is okay, I guess.
yeah.
But
It's okay, yeah.
definitely not me.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot
Yeah.
when you're not used to that. Like,
yeah.
I'm not used to even New York. I'm from Texas. It's very, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely something. Like I feel like when you, it's like a culture shock, sort of, for someone who's never seen it before, and you're just thrown right into it. So I feel like it's definitely something you want to do a little research on. You want to see, look at some prior ones on YouTube or something, and prepare yourself because a lot of nakedness happens.
Yeah, but a lot has changed. Like since I've left, I left Houston in 2004, and I think that they even had a lesbian mayor since then. Like,
Really?
it's changing. So
Come on, shout out to
That's
Houston.
really
I didn't even
interesting.
know. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Listen, the times are changing. That's definitely what's up.
Well, I mean, if Donald Trump is in office, hello, that's got to be a sign of changing times. But let's not go there.
yeah. Election. Tuesdays was election. Did y'all vote?
I voted.
Yeah. Ooh, Jay said that. What happened, Jay? You like over it?
I didn't get my sticker though. I'm really mad.
I didn't get a sticker. I voted 2016. That was the only time I ever voted.
In your whole life?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Is it like, how do you feel about, is it just like voting? It's like, it
Well,
is.
I wish that the people that would say, "Hey, make sure you go vote," would be like, "Can you clue me in on who I'm supposed to be voting for?" Like,
Tell me like,
like, can I get
Right.
like, can you give me a little ad real quick?
Yeah.
Like anytime, and I feel like then I could have made a better educated,
decision.
decision. But honestly, the first time I ever voted was in 2016, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm not gonna vote for Trump. Let's just get this over with. And
Absolutely.
so you
and-
knew what you was doing.
didn't
No,
care.
I didn't.
Well,
No,
I
that's
didn't care, but-
my plan. I thought, okay, just one little check for Hillary or whatever. But then I get it, and like, you voted. It's like a fucking test. It's like
Exactly.
there's other things on there, and I'm like, what is all this other stuff that I didn't know. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought I'm voting for the president,
Right.
and then there's a whole bunch. And I was like, what if I get it wrong? What if, like?
There is no wrong answer.
Yeah, well, no, but
Well,
there
I
is.
mean-
If you don't know what you're picking,
Jeez.
what
and
if I
then, like,
accidentally pick the what I don't
Yeah,
want?
and it could be like a really crazy person, and I don't know. Yeah, I agree.
Well, hopefully that one vote doesn't screw up all the rest of them.
I mean-
like our votes do count.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I went down the list and all the Hispanic sounding names, and I'm like, that's kind of backward racist of me.
Yes, that is
But,
because I have black friends that Spanish names.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Those are the ones I was picking to be in.
Oh, so if you had a Spanish name, you was in.
Yeah, I was like, all right, you're good.
Oh, you in?
This one looks good.
Right, you're in.
Or just not the plainest name. If it was something weird or something different, but that's horrible too, because it's just
Yeah.
a name. How do you know who
How do
that
you know-
name belongs to?
Exactly.
That's
You
true.
don't, and I feel like I don't want to mess up again. So
That's all right. That's okay. That's why we got a whole bunch of people out here. We can all vote. And but I think you just proved the point that it's better that we educate each other. That definitely was a point in waking up, and that's why I love having platforms to do things. And I feel like it's important if you're listening and tuning in on Facebook, over there, Instagram, anywhere, that it's important that if you don't know when it comes to voting who to vote for, that you ask questions, ask somebody, especially those out there. We need to pressure those people. Like you said, are you out there saying please vote, but then give us a little one or two sentence fill-in on why who I should vote for. Who do you think?
who are you voting for?
Who are
You
we
don't
voting
yet.
for? Well, who do you think I should vote for? Or if you don't think I should vote for somebody, why shouldn't I vote for them? Why do you think I should vote for them? At least, hey, we'll be filling each other in, and we'll be information, and we'll have a better understanding, and we'll go vote together,
Yeah.
right? All right, coming from the vet, let's do it. Yeah. So, anything you guys want to talk about before I move on to the next thing in regards to just sexuality, military, or sexuality in general? I do have somebody coming in to talk about it later, but I wonder if you guys have anything on your mind before we move on.
Good.
No, we good? All right, cool. So, without further ado, I want to play a song for you guys.
Or, yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
song.
in honor of Veterans Day, again, I told you I did an interview, Funk Family Showcase interview on Jade Zabrick, and she had a very good friend of hers, AD, who was there with her, who is on the song with her. He'll be in here later on, too, so we would ask him a couple questions. But this song is called War for Sale, yeah, we're just going to play it, and then Jade's going to give us a little 1-2 about it, and we'll go from there. So,
Yes,
War
1,
for
2.
Sale.
nothing to do. Let's cause a riot, raise some hell, maybe we'll get on the news. War for sale. And who's gonna bust now? And who's gonna sell us out? War for sale. I was 18 years old, I didn't know what to do. My country was at war, and so I went to war too. I'm proud of who I am, defender of my land. Divided we fall, and united we stand. What do we stand for? What do we stand for? I got 10,000 troops. We ain't got nothing to do. Let's cause a riot, raise some hell. Maybe we'll get on the news. War for sale. And who's gonna bust now? War for sale. Who's gonna sell us out? War for sale. War for sale. 'Cause I'm a creep, I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. 'Cause I'm a creep, I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here.
Hey yo, war's for sale, and I wonder who will prevail. Cause up in my home we throw our hands in the air, but no one cares. And even with my fellow residents combined, we ain't got enough dead presidents to represent, so that all of our voices be heard. I bet with thousands of troops I guarantee will be heard. It's so absurd that some of my fellow vets are phoneless. What's even more disturbing is that some of them are homeless, and I'm just a kid from the ghetto trying to do something new, not being a body bag and seen on the news. What good are views and ratings if it keeps on degrading? I ain't hating, I'm just saying that it ain't always raining, and the rich are getting richer while the poor are getting poorer. Everybody watching for the new world order through the slaughter, and war for sale. Yet despite these dark times, I'm here to say will prevail.
I got 10,000 troops. We ain't got nothing to do. Let's cause a riot, raise some hell. Maybe we'll get on the news. War for sale. And who's gonna bust now? War for sale. Who's gonna sell us out? War for sale. War for sale.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was War for Sale by Jade Zabrick.
That was awesome.
Yes. So can you tell us about War for Sale? What you selling that war for?
Cool. I actually wrote the song. The song has so many meanings, and like different people take it different ways, and the different verses on it, they all go in different directions. But my original idea was for the song was the fact that after you get out of the military and you become a veteran, basically while you're in the military, your whole job is basically to learn how to defend and protect your country. And when you're not that anymore, like, what are you? What can you do? Like, how can you, unless you, go become a cop, like, how do you fit in society after that? So it's basically just that, just different, I don't know where I'm going with this. Like, how do you know, like, your job is to do this. What do you do after that? After you've been trained to, your job doesn't exist.
So you're saying you go into the military, you're trained to do this job, and have it for how many years you're in, stay in, or enlist, and then you come home. What do you do afterwards? Now that I've been trained to do this job, I've seen the world via this job doing these things. Maybe I've killed people, maybe I haven't, or maybe I've seen death, maybe I haven't. But now after this, what is next?
And there's people who want to stay in, that want to, like, stay until they can retire and things like that. But this was during a thing called force shaping, which is basically, I think each military service has a different word for it, but in the Air Force it's called force shaping, and it just means that they were shaping the force and pretty much firing people. But they called it force shaping. Just letting people go, even though, maybe their time wasn't up, or maybe their time wasn't up. Maybe their time was up and they weren't letting them re-enlist, things like that. So these are people who really liked the military. They liked their job, wanted to stay in, but their job wasn't there anymore for them. And so they had to get out and figure something else out.
Wow. And it's like, if you feel like you have a love and a passion for this and it's being taken away from you. So is that, like, how's that legal? That they could just be like, yeah, you can't enlist anymore.
I mean, well, it's not legal, like, because it's a contract. They can say they cannot.
I don't want to extend my contract with you anymore.
Yeah.
And how does who has to say though? Like, cause I felt like that could be some issues.
Well, it's kind of like when you sign up for a certain amount of years, and then when your contract's up, you can decide to re-enlist. But sometimes you can't. I don't know. Like, I guess
that just sounds like some shady mess right there.
I guess it's shady, but I don't know if it's legal. It's not like you're. I don't know. It's like if there's only like 10 slots for your job and there's 20 people,
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like.
And you're about the new maybe.
And you're the newest.
If you didn't have a top, if you wasn't in the top like last percentage of your class, then if I have to choose between you and some new people, I'm probably gonna choose somebody fresh chicken that's spring and new.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense, but that's.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm really happy about the benefits that you get afterwards. Like, the education benefits are amazing for anybody who served more than 3 years. You basically get your college paid for, and housing allowance, like, during. Can you get
Grab the door.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like, I'm really, they give you back, but just they don't. Some people can't keep continuing to work, and that's what they wanted. Some people want to stay in. Some people want to just do their 4 years and get out, go to school. Like,
so maybe I don't know if this exists. Maybe this could be something to put out there. But maybe there could be some kind of pilot program or something for people after that. Maybe they're not part of the military, but maybe they're part of another form of something else that makes them feel that same sense of unity, being that same sense of part where they can still what's up, AD in the building, so they can still feel included in a sense, so they don't come out feeling lost, because that's the same thing that happens with men who go to jail. They go to jail, some of them end up going right back because that's all they've been in jail for 10 years. You come out like,
what do you know?
It's a long time. 10 years is a long. They don't wear the same shoes, they don't wear the same clothes, the music is different. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot to adjust to after 10 years. So they have all kind of programs for people who come out of jail to be able to better themselves. Is there anything that you know of in place for people like, I want to still work in the military, but I can't?
There's definitely, like, you can.
Being a policeman,
there's also like the reserves, becoming a cop. There's different, like, you can join the Red Cross or different charity organizations, like nonprofit, that you can. They don't actually pay you, but they'll pay for your trip to go out, or like pay a place for you to stay while you're doing what you're doing. So you're probably not going to come home with money afterwards, but you'll be able to survive while you're there.
That's gonna be hard when you come home.
Yeah.
If you're not coming home with the money after you've been away for so long, and you're coming home to start over fresh. Like, what do you come home to? Somebody like, you better have a sugar daddy and mama waiting on you.
Yeah,
I think that's why it's like so many homeless veterans out on the street, because like
they
what do you
don't know what to do.
Like, you've been studying this one craft or employed in this one field for so long, and then it's like, okay, time's up. Like, there you go, start over. Okay, well.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about on the way here. Like, so, like, for instance, my grandfather was a veteran, and so a lot of the times when he went to the hospital, everything he used was through the veterans hospital, which, I went a couple times with him to this appointment. And so, but I realized there was a lot of mistreatment. I heard a lot of things about how they really weren't helping. And so what Dave was talking about earlier was how there's a lot of veterans and homeless veterans. Like, and I feel like there's a lot. Like, why? That was one of the reasons why I didn't want to go to the military. I was like, if this is what I got to look forward to, going to the military, why would I want to do it? If I put my life on the line and actually survive, and then come back and this is what I get. Like, oh well, go get on services. Like, but. Dang, wasn't I a knight in shining armor or Purple Heart?
Right, exactly.
Not too long ago. Like now, I'm just
like
nobody.
Risking my life for everyone.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that? But first of all, let's bring AD in, ladies and gentlemen. We got AD in the building, representing the BX, right? AD? I'm just something to talk about the other day.
I didn't catch your name, bro.
God's beloved.
What is it?
God's beloved.
God's beloved.
Yes.
Troy Weeks.
Yes, of course you did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Sorry for crashing.
No, not at all.
I was hanging out with Dale, enjoying a little veterans
He's also
treat.
Marine.
Dale Novella.
Come on, of course. Shout out to Dale.
Marine.
Yeah, we actually tried to hit up Buffalo Wild Wings. They was doing something for the vets,
Right.
but it was overcrowded. So
Yeah, a
we
lot of
actually
places.
just paid for a drink, but it was cool. But yeah, this topic that we're talking about, definitely I have some mixed feelings about it. Myself being at one time a homeless vet, so like it's challenging to overstep that boundary and actually receive the help that's out there. Because on the flip side now, I'm stable. I'm stable enough. I'm taking advantage of all of these amazing benefits that I'm entitled to. And unfortunately, some of these guys, they don't know what they're able to get out of their services, and that's frustrating, man. Like, bro, like the GI Bill, it's a great program. Not everybody can qualify for it, but that's one thing. Just being able to have somewhere to crash at. I'm tired of seeing homeless people on the streets. And I remember I used to work over by by the Madison Square Garden, 35th area. And I used to see this homeless vet there. He had a sign there. I'd see him at the same Starbucks every day in and day out. So, I tip him. I give him, a buck here and there. One day, like, I was like, hey, bro, let me talk to you. So I actually sat down in front of the Starbucks with him. People were looking at us like we're dirty and stuff. And I was like, look, dude, there's only so much, tip money that you can get.
Absolutely.
Eventually, you're going to have to get some help. And I gave him like a contact card. Shout out to IAVA, Iraq, Afghanistan Veterans of America. It's a nonprofit out there. Like some of these programs, like they actually care. I can't speak on behalf of all of them, but that one program definitely, was able to help me get some of my benefits and stuff. Anyways, so I gave this guy that contact information, and he threw it away. Like, he had no faith in the system whatsoever. So again, it's frustrating to just live in this type of world, man. That they're not taking care of us the way that we need to be taken care of.
I think the lack of information is a big source of the problem, because you get out of the military and like you really don't know, like you don't have access to or direct access to the resources, because nobody told you, hey, when you get out, make sure you apply for this or make sure you do this, so that way you'll be okay. And a lot of people are just walking around like
Yeah, well, the culture in the military is you wait till your orders come and you do them. So when you have a certain amount of years where you're told and then you're told, okay, now you got to tell yourself what to do.
Right.
You're like, okay, wait, like, okay, what? I just been used to just doing, and now wait, I got to figure it out. Like it's a big
big transition.
It's like going from like a worker to the boss,
Yeah.
And if you don't have that boss mentality, you have that worker mentality. When you get out and you're free, oh, I need a boss. Like I need something. Like I need,
Dang, that's kind of deep. So, what do you feel like? How do we make change? How do we change that? Like, for instance, if you want to give them the information and they don't want it, I guess you can't make. I guess there's nothing
that's the thing, man. Like you could only feel bad for so long. After a while, people have to be willing to step up and do the work. And again, I've been there, man. Like I was stranded in the middle of the road. Like I had no ways of getting back to where I was going, and I had to get over that fear of it's okay, I can get help.
Yeah, and then you did it, and now look.
I'm stable now. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm getting there.
Good. You sound like you're in the right mind space too,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's a good thing. And I already spoke to your interview, so I know. But you definitely sound like you're in the right mind space. And while we got you here, let's talk a little bit about. So we were talking. We played War for Sale earlier.
Nice.
So I know you are on that particular version didn't have AD, but there is a version. Oh, it did. Okay.
It was much different than live.
Yeah, it's better live.
Maybe that's why I was like, I got it. So So now for sure, AD was on that track.
Yeah.
So if you guys are listening to the name War for Sale, AD was featured on that track. How did that feel for you? That experience of being a part of War for Sale and recording and just standing up for putting yourself out there as a vet. I feel like it's not easy to be involved and even care. So
yeah, I mean, shout out to Jade. Like, he was the first artist that I've collaborated with. Like, prior to
like
that,
ever in life?
I would, pretty much. I
Wow.
was just like, freestyle. That's not really collaborating. We're in a cipher.
right, it's
But
yeah.
to actually get in and do a song together, that was back in 2013, right?
I think so, yeah.
And like, it's still one of my favorite songs to just be featured on. I was like, yeah, get on the mic, do my verse.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
I was asked to be on that. I didn't beg her like, yo, put me on. Like, she was like,
You're the one. I'd like. Let's do this.
Yeah.
What made you choose another veteran? Like, you could have chose anybody. You know a lot of rappers.
Well, I
and
wanted it to be a veteran. I mean, I didn't actually mind it too much. It was like a plus. It was kind of like, yeah. If you weren't a veteran, I probably, still would have been your friend, and we still would, But since you were, I was like, oh my god, like now we have to do this because.
Right. I
Makes
thought that was so
sense.
perfect. And we did the interview, and they both had their they both had their jackets hanging up. It was so dope. It was so cool. That was pretty dope. I just want to give people a little bit background on you, AD, just to tell them like a little bit where you're from and what part of the branch of the military were you in and that kind of thing, just to give them a little bit.
My government name is Adrian Elias. I go by AD. I was born in Queens, raised in the Bronx, currently residing in Brooklyn.
Were you all over?
Yeah. After high school, I went to the U.S. Navy, so I did 6 years out there. Been out for about 5 now, and I want to say it was during my deployment in Afghanistan. That's when I started like diving into poetry, which didn't rhyme at first. It was just like very like you.
Just
you heard
words on a
some
piece of
my stuff.
paper.
It was very destructive thoughts that I was putting out into the world. Like, pretty much, I need help. A cry for help.
Yeah.
But nobody picked it up. I messed up here and there, and I feel like I'm doing okay now.
Did you turn any of those words that didn't make sense, add some other words to it that made sense, and use it for something?
Not in those first poems, but looking back and then like reflecting on my music now, like I'm spitting some pretty positive bars, man.
Come on, okay.
Good.
Come on, bars. That's what I'm talking about. I gotta get you to come out to one of my open mic, my open jams or something. Get you on the stage and get you live running. You know how Jay knows how we do.
We started busking yesterday together.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, how's that going?
Great.
Listen, if you're an artist and you've never had experience of busking, you should definitely give it a try. But I think you should do like I did and find someone who's a professional,
I'm a
busker. Yes, Jade's a professional. And she took me out with her, and it was pretty cool. And it's been a thing, and I've been enjoying it. And this is like how Jade sort of really lives, right, Jade? If I'm not mistaken. Like you
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I would say more than half.
More
right
than
now,
half.
more than half of my income is from busking. Before it was all.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
You
I
see?
didn't like before I had any gigs. All I did was busk, and I think I had the poet will be televised, and that was when she was only paying like 30,
Right, that's what.
and that was my only gig.
Oh.
But I was like, I got every other day I was on the trains. Now I have more gigs and other things.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what you should do? Yeah, well, I'm going to challenge you, Jade, because you really have experience in this and you've been doing it for a while. Maybe you should do like a little master class or something where you can, teach people to some things to do, because you teach me every time we go. Because I'm
I feel
from
like
Harlem.
I'm learning on the way, though. I don't know what I would.
I'm sure
That
you've
would be
learned.
interesting, though.
I'm sure you've learned a lot along the way already. Let me tell you why. Because I'm from Harlem, and like I don't take kind of disrespect. I don't care who it's from. And Jay's like, Troy, not our fight. Let's go. I'm like, nah.
No, yeah, right.
Because what you should have said? She's like, no,
Yeah.
Troy. That's
Somebody tried to say something to you, and you wanted to like get into it, and
God.
I was leaving, and I was like, Troy, there's money to be made, and I just left.
Like,
And I
she
think-
left.
and he- I was
She
like-
left me there. And I was like, all
I was
right,
like,
bye.
well, you're gonna go have
Fuck
a
you,
fight.
mister. I left. Talking to me
Pretty
like
much.
that. And we laughed, yeah.
Very
So
nice.
that's why I said you can learn. Like, I
So
can
far,
learn.
I haven't dealt with that yet. And
Oh, it just makes me want to be more annoying, though. If you want to, like, it's okay. Like, it's not going to be forever. You know what I'm saying? But people just be ODing. And I'm just
Yeah.
like,
I mean, I've had the stare downs like, why are you entertaining me? Like, are you not entertained?
listen, I pay about $225 like you. I'm just trying to make it extra. You know what I'm saying? Like, But Jay has a really good way of doing it and how she manages it and how she, like, has a little swing. I
Try to be like not invasive and just I'll be loud if the crowd's loud. But yesterday there was a baby, and I didn't think that it was that weird. I was playing. If the baby was gonna say something, like cry or whatever, he wasn't gonna say anything. He was like 6 months. But if I would have like gone down. But this lady saw and was just like, "There's a baby there," and I'm like, "All right, there's the energy is lost
Right,
on this
if you
train."
start that baby up,
Yeah, I was like, "All right,
everybody gonna hate you.
So yeah, we moved on. But,
Man, I know what that's like. I have a kid, so I'm like, ooh, don't
Yeah.
don't wake my baby up. I know.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it was a loud train though. Like the baby's sleeping through all this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Some music won't hurt.
yeah.
Right, and you can be on this train with all
That was
these people
just their
breathing on your
excuse
face.
of not
Yeah.
wanting us to be there. Like,
It's all good. The next car treated us well.
That's fine. Did y'all get another Jack Henny yet? A Jack
No,
Honey?
but we dipped into it. This
That's okay. So, guys, let me tell y'all, me and Jade went busking, and this guy gave us a whole brand new bottle of Jack Honey.
that's your bottle.
Yeah, it's ours.
Okay.
We went, and it was just like, it was like, well, you guys are really good here. I'm like, you sure? Like, it's a whole, like, don't come after me later. Tell my
Yeah.
wait, that was an accident. Like, once you give it to me, it's mine.
Yeah,
I'm taking it once
No
you give it to
Indian
me.
given.
No, not there. You don't want me getting no Jack Honey, no Jack
probably
Honey.
the
you know.
biggest thing I've been given. I've gotten like drinks, like water, Coke. Yesterday, someone gave me like a candy bar, like one of those like a ginger or I don't know.
Was it something they
Ginger,
got
I
for
love
free or
ginger.
Oh, come on, holistic. Okay, we're gonna take
really
this.
good
That's a
for
whole
you.
nother topic. Whole nother
Yes.
show. Oh, you too? Oh, don't start me up. It's not about the.
Talk about ginger all day.
We're not about to go GMO ginger. Oh, like Jay's like, what's going on?
What? I have no
I know, right? It's a whole thing. Not just ginger, but like GMO and all these other things. We're not
It's
going
important to know. Like, if you're listening, like, literally, like, do your research on GMO and non-GMO products. It's important.
Wait, like, are you saying you shouldn't eat ginger?
No, not
You
ginger.
should eat ginger,
Yeah.
but you shouldn't eat genetically modified products.
Oh, I didn't think that those things were like related. But
Well, they're not related to
anything
each
can be-
other.
Yeah,
But
that's
just-
what I'm saying.
No, they're
Anything
not
can be a
related.
GMO.
Just healthy.
Right? Anything.
Yeah.
It's mostly like things that come in quantity.
Mm.
So if it comes in quantity, 9 times out of 10 it could be GMO. That's what it is. Like cereals and candy bars and all kinds of stuff is GMO.
Oh,
Yeah.
It looked like it was one of them natural packages.
That's a good
I don't
sign.
know.
Yeah, that's a good sign. They still hide it. They're still in the right in the real small.
But
It
you
says
definitely have. I've
GMO.
definitely lost a lot of good foods and candies that I love to eat because I read labels now, and if it says genetically modified, I don't eat it at all.
yeah. I still eat it though. I mean,
Yeah, I think of it like I'm like a.
I don't want no MSG, but
Like-
but I eat GMO.
You definitely do.
I don't know what tech. I just feel like what is that anyway? Like they put it in a little machine and press a button and it turns from one of them into 12. Like that's
It's this processed food. It's like,
Just makes
Not-
things grow bigger.
yeah,
It's like giving your chicken hormones
Or
it's
steroids,
or
right?
steroids to
Yeah.
make it bigger.
So
You're
making
doing that
chicken
to-
little
you're
turn
doing that
into
to
a-
food.
like the egg hatched, and then you injected it with something to make it look more
Yeah, yeah.
appetizing.
Well, someone told me about that over the weekend. I found out that they said don't only eat the brown eggs. I'm like,
Exactly. Yeah.
and I was like, oh, okay. Bye. And it's like, yeah, the white eggs is the processed eggs, and those are the chickens that they put they inject the stuff into,
Mhm.
and that causes the hormones into that causes them to be bigger, so that the meat
Well,
is.
Dale
plugged
was
in.
saying that natural chickens, the eggs are all different colors. You're never gonna like to have one chicken lay all the same color eggs is not normal. But they've probably like bred them to become this way.
Well, they definitely better to come this way. That's why they all white.
Yeah, that's a big thing too. A lot of
Yeah.
the foods that we eat and animals have been like modified to be, different. Like apples, I think was it apples? I think apples were smaller. Like a lot of fruits were smaller, than they are now.
But then
So-
we're also bigger than we used to be. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're genetically
Like,
modified
We-
ourselves.
that's what happened. Now we're all tall. Like 100 years ago, we weren't this tall. Like
Yeah.
even however tall you are.
We
100
weren't
100 years
living as
ago,
long as
yeah.
we're living now.
And
also.
yeah, so like to me, I see it as I'm gonna eat whatever my body lets me eat.
I'm
My body said
Hispanic,
no shit.
so I'm gonna eat
Yeah.
my rice and beans.
You're not gonna take the meat out of me.
Yeah.
I'm from Texas.
Yes, I love rice and beans. Yeah, that's reminds me of pork. I'm Puerto Rican and I love pork. Like, yeah, it's a part of my life.
I'll like won't have it a lot. I'll eat chicken
Come
a lot,
on.
but not a lot of pork, not a lot of beef. But I'm not against it. If it's in the meal,
We eating it.
No.
I think everything is good in moderation. Just don't get crazy. Like, just
Yeah.
know that as long as you take it in moderation, you be all right. Too much candy give you diabetes. You know what I'm saying? Like, Too
Make
much.
sure you eat your vegetables, and that'll clean all the other stuff out.
That's true. There are things reasons for everything. Maybe less vegetables, but as long as you eat some, you know.
Damn.
I don't know.
Now I'm hungry.
I'm not right. I'm hungry too. I'm like, dang it, I'm hungry too. I'm looking at her Subway over here, like, dang, they still
There's
open.
nothing in there.
Give me a chip. I know you got a potato chip in there. Yeah. So before we wrap up, guys, we have a couple more minutes. Is there anything on anybody's mind that you want to talk out before we close out? I like everybody to the same thing I did with Funk Friday, Funk Family Showcase, but I like to be a little controversial. So, is there anything on anyone's mind that's like got you red hot before we move on? Because you know a lot of people don't. Huh? No, Jay, you were never mad at nothing. You ain't mad at nothing.
No, not even
Nothing
when
on your
people are
mind?
mad at me on the train. I don't get mad. They had a bad day. It's all good.
It's all on them.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the message from Jade.
Yeah, there you go. Whenever anybody is getting on your case, just know that it's something that happened to them.
Right.
Yeah, unless you actually like did something.
Unless you stepped on their foot or something.
Yeah,
slap
but if
them
you
or
didn't, just know that it has nothing to do with you. Just move on. Let them be. You know.
separate yourself and let them be. It's their problem, not yours. Awesome. Okay, Jay. I like that. AD.
Yeah, I'm over here like antsy in my seat and everything. Yo,
You think about food?
yes, that
But the
too.
beat don't make
that
you
too,
rap.
that too. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop these right here. One for you, one for you.
Awesome. For sure.
I just dropped my first mixtape. It's out right now. Today on Veterans Day. I'm a veteran.
Hey,
that's what's up.
It's 7 songs.
Is there something
It's
we can
like,
play? I don't know. Look for it, Jay. Play something. We
Yeah.
can get something together. Play some on the way out.
I mean, you know, while she's loading it up, it's 7 songs, pretty much in chronological order of when I started and where I'm at now, talking about where I'm from, what's going on around us, my mental health, and like sort of like my redemption from all of that. And they all blend in. Literally, they're blending in together. I got a DJ hooking up to transition and do some scratches in between each songs. So you guys definitely got to check it out and
That
enjoy
sounds
it.
dope.
That's awesome.
Start at Becoming Perfect.
We'll do it at when we close
Oh,
out.
yeah,
We'll
we got-
play it.
Okay,
Yeah,
But
we
we
don't.
come
So
in
yeah,
first.
before
Alright,
when we
yeah.
close,
Yeah.
we're gonna play the number. What song is the number one song on that? Like your number one song right now that you're promoting.
I'm gonna say Becoming Perfect.
So we'll probably play that one just because I want people to,
Yeah.
you know, that's it.
That's it.
Guys, beloved, anything on your mind? Anything you want to talk about before we roll out? Anything you want to leave the people with? Anything?
Man, I just want to say whatever you're doing, you know, if you're following your dreams, if you're just working your job, just, you know, continue to give it your all. And just, you know, do the best that you can do at everything, and that'll take you far. So,
All right now. All right. Tell them where they can find you. As a matter of fact.
Oh yes.
Tell you guys.
So you can find me at God's Beloved Universe on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And that's it.
Oh yeah, Jay. Tell them where they can find you. I'm gonna do AD last. Yeah.
Everything's Jade Zabrick. It's like fabric with a Z.
Fabric with a Z. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is Keeping It Funky with Troy Meeks Music, and you know you can find me everywhere at Troy Weeks, WEEKES Music. Yeah. After this, you know I got another radio show. This is done every second Saturday, so I love it coming down here. Skyscraper Radio. Shout out to you and all your ambitions and dreams and giving people a chance to just do their thing. You feel me? And so without further ado, I do want to say a little, you know, something, especially after yesterday, and inspiring all those young people to just from all over the world to just do that, to just be themselves and be great at what they do. And I feel like it's important that you know that when you walk into a room, people are watching you, no matter where you go, whether you're on an audition, whether you're just going to work, whether you know. So it's important that to be true and genuine with your own self, because if you're happy and genuine and true with your own self, then that's going to inspire other people. And that's my biggest thing. Like, you have to know, like, you inspire people when you don't even know it. And so, with that being said, you gotta have that it factor. It was something that I know I didn't create it factor, but that was something that really stuck with people yesterday when I was talking about it. You know, everybody has an it factor. You know, you just gotta find that it you got, but you got an it. You got to find that it that you got, and that's what you walk in that thing. When you walk into a room, I'm here. This is who I am. You ain't got to be dramatic or crazy, but you speak your mind. If you got a question, ask the question. And, you know, if you want to say something, you say something. Just be respectful, especially respectful yourself, because people won't respect you if you don't respect yourself first. So this has been an awesome second Sunday. I'll see you guys next second Sunday doing the same thing, same time, with some more awesome people in the room hanging out with us. I want to do a little more music too, so I'm so glad that AD had this going on. I know God's Beloved got some stuff coming out soon,
Sure
so
do.
when he does his
Nice.
song release, well, you know, bring it, play it on right here.
EP coming soon.
Yeah, so stay tuned. Yeah. So we'll definitely shout it out and play it for you for sure. We're a team, we're a family up here.
And shout out to Troy for this opportunity, for invite me on the show. I really appreciate it. It's my first time on a radio show, so but really cool. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. You're welcome. Teamwork, baby. This is what we do. So without further ado, we're gonna get things moving. We're gonna play a song for you on the way out, and just tell them, AD, what the song is and what's the name of it again.
We're playing Becoming Perfect. Again, this is like the defining point where I'm coming back from, suicidal thoughts and stuff. So it gets dark, but it gets better.
Becoming Perfect. Where can they find you, AD? On how to look you up if they want to find you and get your music?
They can Google my government name, which is my social media handle. It's Adrian ADRIAN _R ELIAS. That's Adrian R Elias. And one more thing about this song, it's called Becoming Perfect because even though I'm not perfect, I'm not going to stop working towards becoming perfect. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, see you guys the next second Sunday, that's in December, with a new team. People here to showcase their talent, maybe, possibly, or just give interviews and just do what we do best, keeping it funky with Troy Weeks Music. Thank you, guys.
Yo, check it how we do it. We taking it back to the past with exclusive music. And we cause a revolution against the status quo. We're about to change the Constitution as the world keeps turning and the rich are getting richer. I rep a part of town that's avoided by hipsters talking about the South Bronx, where kids in hoodies die similar to South Park. But it made me a southpaw. That means I'm orthodox, and even though I smoke a lot, I know I got a couple bad habits I should go and drop. But first acknowledge that I know I ain't perfect. That's why I'm always putting work in as a lyrical wordsmith. So think to check yourself before you disrespect yourself. You're always very nauseous and it ain't good for your health. And step back to reality. Hope there goes my sanity. And yo, this kid is spitting it. It ain't a fantasy. And I don't wanna go back and forth. And yo, I'd rather be rapidly smash the beats, performing with my faculty. And actually, I'll take a sec to reminisce on who I was before I chose to be a lyricist. You see, my world is different than what you see on the surface. After my military service, I had to find purpose. Man, I was nervous, but I guess you can say it was worth it. Cause now I'm getting closer to becoming perfect. You see, my world is different than what you see on the surface. After my military service, I had to find purpose. Man, I was nervous, but I guess you can say it was worth it. Cause now I'm getting closer to becoming perfect. I'm letting go of expectations, slowly elevating and spreading like a plague all across the nation. But my patience has taken its toll on me. Hey yo, the weight of the world, I had it all on me. But now I'm back with a passion for rapping and using grammar to let the people know I'm feeling like I'm Bruce Banner. Or maybe Bruce Wayne, the way I do my thing. Kicking rhymes like Liu Kang with a little Wu-Tang. Yo, I'm going all in with 300 fellow Spartans, never stopping. I'll be rocking in the city that be rotting like it's Gotham. Shocking the masses when I'm on top of this. I got the city on my back like I'm holding Metropolis. Or maybe it's the opposite and it's my city holding me up. But where I'm from, they don't really show love. Tell my people about a show, but they don't even show up. But either way, I'm here to say that I will never give up. And while you still on the cut, hey yo, I'm about to blow up. We got too many whack rappers out here trying to be tough. Man, enough is enough. I'm calling out those in front. I'm out to seek what I want, and of course I'm keeping it blunt. You see, my world is different than what you see on the surface. After my military service, I had to find purpose. Man, I was nervous, but I guess you can say it was worth it. Cause now I'm getting closer to becoming perfect. You see, my world is different than what you see on the surface. After my military service, I had to find purpose. Man, I was nervous, but I guess you can say it was worth it. Cause now I'm getting closer to becoming perfect. I said, este pa mi gente que toma su presidente, coming straight from the mente. Yo soy inteligente, gotta do it for my people. And yeah, I'm a Latino, but I'm always down to show. It doesn't matter if you're gringo. Did you notice how I'm nice and clean? As I flow like Listerine, I guess that I'm a product of my mother cooking rice and beans. But I'm clueless like I'm Mr. Bean. Matter of fact, I'm Wolverine. I go berserk when I be working for the green. Homie, you could never copy this. Your imitation's counterfeit. And if you take a swing at me, believe that I'm a counter it. There's no way you're better than me. So listen up and pay attention when this veteran speaks. Yo. First and foremost, I want to thank all you angels out there for taking the time to check out my project. I also want to say that I appreciate those who support me on my shows. Thank you to my fellow underground artists out here who inspire me to keep grinding. And of course to my family, Ima. Yo te amo. Man, you're out of your mind if you think that I'm done. This is just the beginning, and I'm having some fun. You think you know me, but low-key, I'm different, homie. I got $1 and a dream, and you ain't taking it from me. I've been practicing this rapping for a couple of years, and when I get on the mic, that's something you should beware. I'm not your ordinary rapper that be rapping for nothing. Man, you're looking at a rapper making something for nothing. I could rock in a beat that was made with percussion, so I could rock in a beat from my homies' production. Shout out to Ringo, not the Beatles drummer. I'm talking about my boy from France who's in New York every summer. The network is getting international. I'm just a kid from the Bronx, right out of Webster Avenue. To be specific, I'm coming from the projects, and I'm just being honest. But the fact is, I ain't bothered by the criticism. I'm focused on my lyricism. I'm an anomaly, working in a broken system. But even though it's a challenge, yeah, I'm optimistic with my eyes on the prize. At this point, it's hard to miss it. You, I've been struggling for way too long, and as you listen to my music, we'll relate through songs. I'll do my best to try to right my wrongs. I'm still at it. No, I can get my one mic on like Stillmatic. We all gotta rest in peace, and I won't act like I'm woke, but I never sleep. Yo, they say keep your head up, but I got my eyes on the streets, and they got money for war, but they can't fight poverty. Another day we gotta wonder how to keep from going under in the jungle, so we gotta hustle, making moves, go to school, go to work, pay your dues. Man, sometimes I feel bad, but then sometimes I feel good, yo.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling.
Yeah, and I do too, but it ain't always like this. I wouldn't lie to you. I said, and I do too, but it ain't always like this. I wouldn't lie to you. I said,
just wanna tell you right now.
Go ahead and tell them, hey, yo.
I really do, baby.
And I do too, but it ain't always like this. I wouldn't lie to you. I said,
just wanna tell you right now.
Go ahead and tell them, hey, yo.
I really do, baby.
And I do too, but it ain't always like this. I wouldn't lie to you. So now the plot thickens. If I move the blocks different, tired of hang around people who would just not listen as I try to be positive. Every day's the same for them, but for me it's the opposite. Another day, another dollar, another shorty, watch them holler, living like there's no tomorrow. On this time that's only borrowed, the truth is hard to swallow. Some be stuck in the past, some people stuck in the bottle. And my motto, yeah, I'm going all in, but it doesn't matter in the end without some genuine friends. I'm always keeping it real, and I ain't gotta pretend. I'm putting pride to the side so we can all make amends. But if not, hey, I tried and I won't be wondering why. You see, my kindness ain't a weakness, but I dare you to try. I'm self-made and grew up by the Cross Bronx Expressway, where every day my world fell apart like an earthquake. But now it's different, I made some changes. As a military veteran, I rap with greatness, defying expectations that were set in place, and no longer holding back, hey, yo, I'm elevating. Now I'm inspired to rap when I look back to the past. I'm causing panic attacks like I be packing a Mac. But nah, like I said, I do it different, and I'm hoping that you feel good when you hear this lyricist. And I do too, but it ain't always like this. I wouldn't lie to you. I said,
just wanna tell you right now.
Go ahead and tell them, hey, yo.
I really do, baby.
And I do too, but it ain't always like this. I wouldn't lie to you. I said,
just wanna tell you right now.
Go ahead and tell them, hey, yo.
I really do, baby.
And I do too, but it ain't always like this. I wouldn't lie to you. Yo, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to check out Webster's Definition Volume 1. Volume 2 coming soon, but not soon enough.
Thing that I wish that I could be up in front headlights, preaching wrong and right. You gathered ashes, you blocked off the flashes, and you are wonderful, giving me all the world in bits and pieces, so I could create the more.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Jeanette. I just sang into the microphone. This is What's Really Good show on Skies Crescent Radio, as you can see and hear. Today, we are doing something a little different. I've got a guest here with me today, and we'll introduce him in a second. Hold on. I'm trying to get my life together with these headphones. Hold on. Can you hear me? Okay, good. So today is going to be a music show because there's been some fantastic music that has come out in the month of September. And we're just focusing on the month of September because we do this the fourth show of every month. The fourth Sunday of every month. Some fantastic music, and I'm going to show you all what I listen to because I'm very opinionated. So maybe now I can give you all a sense of what I like. So you all understand that I'm not just a hater, but I have standards and I have like certain things that I enjoy listening to. And I wanted to bring my guest in today because he is a vocalist, an actor, a cultural commentator. I'm going to use that for you. You need to put that on your resume because it works. What else could you call yourself?
I'm just a good kid, you know.
You are a good kid.
And I like